It's Sunday morning to all. So today is 60 degrees. It is what? The 19th, February 19th. It should be cold and snowy. Really, cold and snowy. So what are we doing today? We're doing a variety of things. We finally cleaned the kitchen after 2 weeks. And I'm not sure what else. Oh, and you can probably hear outside noise because we've got the windows open because it's 60 degrees outside. And apparently we went to bed without the heat or cool on. The system was completely off. And so we got up and it's kind of stuffy in here. As far as what else we were doing today, we don't know. There he is. Hi, honey.
Hi.
So this is what grapefruit looks like when you don't have a what are they called? Grapefruit spoons. See, I just have a normal spoon and it's too wide. You make a bloody excuse me, you make a pulpy mess of things. Here you go, honey.
Saw that.
Everyone saw it.
Before anybody goes and freaks out, yes, I actually do use the directions.
Oh.
There's stickers for this too. Decals. I may or may not use those.
So,
Step one, I'm going to be building the leg base.
let's see.
And looks like step one, I'm going to be building this side.
Okay.
I need a space where I can just dump everything out.
I would do one bag at a time.
I need a space where I can dump everything out, honey.
Why?
Because they don't always get all of the right pieces in all the right bags. This is from years of experience of doing this. I need a space where I can dump everything out. I can get that.
Do you want to do this all yourself then?
I could.
Honey, you have the whole table.
I know.
Unless you actually start constructing it is probably when I will just do a fast forward montage.
Pretty much. is finished.
It's really dark too, because so much light coming in.
Took most of the afternoon. It's like almost 4 o'clock now, so might as well wait till supper. But there is a bit of a problem, though. If left unattended, it will naturally hang kind of like that.
So he's smelling his crotch. That's what you said.
On the other hand, it's a nice compact way to transport it. So
Yeah. And I built the hatch.
yes, she did.
Well, this
She
the
built the
top.
entire top plate.
Yep, that thing I built. I'm not gonna have to worry about you shooting me.
No. Not often. Okay, maybe a little. Oh, this hurt.
No, they don't.
It just surprised you more than anything.
I knew you were gonna do it. You couldn't resist. Really? Twice.
Yeah, it's got 2 of them.
Good thing it doesn't have any more. Really?
I got 1 more.
I think you need to shoot yourself.
I want to do that.
Because you need to feel what it feels like.
I'm closer, though.
Oh, well, that was pathetic.
Yeah, kinda.
Okay, to recap the past week.
Where do we start?
Let's see, Monday. What happened Monday? Nothing.
Not a whole lot of anything, really. Yeah.
Tuesday? Nothing. Wednesday. Did you...
Did I what?
What was Wednesday? Did you have an interview?
No, I had an interview Thursday.
I don't remember
Very
what
long
happened.
interview.
I do not remember what happened Wednesday. Thursday. You had a long interview?
A day-long interview, yeah. Basically, I was shadowing one of the people who works there, and just basically seeing a day in the life of the average worker at that place. And he actually told me that they would have offered me a position, but I turned it down.
Commission only.
Yes,
Again.
performance-based only income, which I'm trying to get out of.
Yeah. And then, well, Thursday night, do we want to talk about that?
Not sure what happened Thursday night.
That was kind of a bit of a, we had a moment.
Oh, yeah, that. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, it's just
That's up to you.
my anxiety was flaring up again because I had an interview set up for Friday.
Today. No.
Yesterday. But it turns out that it was actually a company that Jake had already applied for and interviewed with. And
I'm planning to turn down.
yeah, so what's the point of me going to an interview with a company that my husband doesn't even like? I know I ain't gonna like it. So anyway, yeah, that happened. And it's been ridiculously hot this week. It is the end of February, and it's more like, the weather is more like April and May.
Kind of disgusting.
Well, it's kind of nice, but also, where's the snow? And then today.
Oh, wait, we never went over what happened yesterday as well.
Wait, what was yesterday?
The check?
Oh, yes, the check.
So, yeah, we get this, we're just playing on Xbox and everything, and we get this knock on the door. We're not expecting anything or anyone, so I go and check it, and it's a FedEx lady. Just hands me this high priority envelope, and
You signed for it, don't you?
no, I didn't have to sign for it.
Oh.
Hands me a high priority envelope and then takes off. I then bring the envelope in, I open it up, and it's a check for nearly $7,000.
$6,950 to be precise, from Bank of America.
Bank of America, and what was it, like A&K?
Yeah, A&K
Finances.
Finances.
So
And,
we're not expecting anything. I mean, there was that whole issue with
well, they
that,
don't know about that.
Well, yeah. Well, need to
Short version.
I need to build you a clock in order to tell you what time it is in this case.
I can sum it up.
Well, then do it.
Work at home job that we both of us did not have a good feeling with. He signed on. They wanted to have him go out immediately and buy a bunch of software.
That would cost over $300.
Yeah, and which we didn't have. And they said that they would send a check for reimbursement plus a sign-on bonus. But the very next day, which I think was it was Wednesday morning, he logs on to Google Hangouts to check in, and his first assignment is to write
a training assignment.
Yeah, his first training assignment is to write a 2-page article on office equipment and its benefits for what exactly?
For accounting and clerical work.
Anyway, so, and we did not have a good feeling about any of this, so he just told him to shove off.
With training of any sort, whether it's in an office or at home, and I've had one or two work at home positions before. So training for those positions was always go to this website, watch these 1,300 videos, sign here, do this exercise, and then let me know when you're done, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's never been write a paper.
Yeah, which
set off a whole lot of red flags in my mind.
Yeah, so we just told him to. I told him to
push off.
Yeah, and so we just let that be, and then we get this check in the mail.
And it's a lot. Now it may have been the check that this person with the work at home thing was promising, but $7,000 is quite a hefty amount for just a sign-on bonus in this case for a work at home position. Yeah. I mean, I didn't sign on with a mercenary corps where I'm getting like a $100,000 bonus, but for signing up. I mean, I signed up for an office. It was an office administrative. An administrative assistant position.
But anyway, we went to our local Bank of America to check it out, and they said that the check wasn't even one of their checks.
It didn't look like one of their actual official checks.
Yeah, so he just told us to hang on to it and see if we get an email or text message or phone call asking to send the money back. So it's sort of
wire
like
transfer the money back was what he was saying.
Yeah.
Either wire transfer or cashier's check.
Yeah. So we just didn't do anything with that. But today.
Yeah, we have a $7,000 check sitting on my desk that we're not doing anything with.
Yeah.
Frankly, we are kind of hoping that this is basically some bank error in our favor, and that it's not part of a scam. But at the same time, hope in one hand, crap in the other. See which hand gets full first.
Anyway, today Jake actually called the police on our neighbors.
Our neighbors in our building were having a funeral, and that's all well and good. I don't want to interrupt anybody's time for mourning, but for starters, it was more one of those celebrate their life kind of funerals, which also I'm okay with. But all of the guests were literally filling up our parking lot, as in they were parking behind cars. Yeah, ours included.
I took some pictures, which I can put in here. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think it'd be a problem.
Yeah, pictures, and
you can't see license plates or anything.
No, as well as a video of some of them actually showing them doing illegal activity, basically.
They were basically showing complete and blatant disregard for parking, for the parking system in our parking lot, and I've had it up to here with it already. So.
The policy for our apartment is that the tenants are assigned one parking space, and then if we have more than one vehicle, we gotta stick it in one of the visitor spots. So, and the policy is if you park in someone else's spot, you can get towed. That's it.
For starters, we have another neighbor, not this one, another neighbor who has like 50 cars. Now, I'm exaggerating, obviously, but they have a lot of cars, and they take up a lot of spaces.
At least 3 or 4.
To be perfectly honest, when I talked to the leasing office about that situation, they were starting to wonder if there was not a breach of contract going on there, where they had more people than legal tenants.
Yeah.
So that may be a situation where we may, if they do discover, they're keeping an eye on that. If they do discover any kind of illegality there, then we might suddenly find ourselves without neighbors.
Yeah, and these are the neighbors right next to us in 35. And they yell and shout at each other all the time.
They scream and yell and make all kinds of ruckus. So frankly, we would not be sad if they disappeared.
Yeah.
Secondly, so that already binds up the parking situation in our parking lot. Then we've got this funeral with literally like 20 or 30 guests. And so the parking situation just goes completely out of control to the point where
there were 4 vehicles behind.
No, 5.
Oh, 5?
Yeah, 4 or 5. But there were like 5, and at the highest it was 6.
Well, aren't you brazen?
There were 6 vehicles parked behind Mandy's in my car. Now, that is a problem, because what if one of us had what if we had some kind of emergency? I needed to rush Mandy to the hospital or vice versa, and all of a sudden our cars are not accessible. That is just, it is completely unacceptable, because these people are being totally inconsiderate, absolutely 101% inconsiderate of the fact that there are other people who live in the building. So yeah, I mean, of course, and so as you can tell, because I'm getting flustered about this, I called the police. It was not the 911. I didn't call for an emergency, but I did call the local police station and told them that enough was enough, and I wanted an officer out there to deal with the situation.
Yeah. So they came out and they had everybody move, and that's when I took the video, because these people were parking in other tenants' parking spaces that were gone for the day. So,
of course, at that point, it's their problem. We were able to get out, so if we did have an emergency, we would be able to get out of the parking lot.
Although there was that time that you had to go down there.
Yeah, I did have to actually go down and correct one of them because they parked right behind Mandy's car. But that was but they were parking in other people's spaces, but that's their problem at that point. They knew, or they should have been warned, that if they did park in one of those spaces, they were subject to being towed. So if they wanted to take that risk, that was their problem. I mean, I wasn't going to be a tattletale. I wanted to get the immediate situation dealt with.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was our morning. Very stress-free, isn't it?
And right now we are headed to
Now we're going to blow off some steam and head to GameStop and buy a video game.
We're returning some, and he has a coupon.
I was going to say, before anybody freaks out about saying, but you always say you're strapped, you're broke, and you can't afford stuff like that. It's like, we have 1,000,001 things going for us in this particular transaction financially. So,
yeah, 20% off coupon, trade-in games.
Yeah, 5 actually trade-in games. So, and a 20% off coupon, which means we will be getting a pre-owned video game for probably pennies.
Hopefully.
Actually, I need to turn it that way.
Yes, you do.